again, I purchased.
Trip
Love
around the world.
the colors in this. And whoever
I
this,
made a trip around the world.
they're fun to make. They really
Mine is all political fabric.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Stars.
So sorry. Now this one, you'll notice she followed her colors all the way out to this blue.
Oh, I love it.
But then, well, it goes a little bit further to the pink. But then she wanted to make it rectangular, so it's got some extra pieces on each end to get it there. Hand quilted. One of the beautiful things on this quilt is the way she finished it. Now this had to have been done after it was quilted. If you look on the ends, and you can turn the end up there, she would have sewn a piece of fabric along this edge, face down, and then turned it to the back, stitched it over her backing,
That was
and then
a
quilted
neat
it.
idea.
and all the way around it's the same orange until you get to this edge.
Oh, then she run out of material.
Yeah, she ran out, so she used the dark orange and then this little print. And if you look at the corners, and by all means touch it, it's not going to hurt it. Some of them have patched where it's come together. There's a couple of them that she actually cut it square to go around it. There's no seam in it. So it's really fun to see what people do to quilts and what they did to them.
That is so neat the way she
Isn't
did
that cool?
Now you purchased this one?
Mm-hmm.
And I like the end of that, the
Yeah.
way she, I think
Just
that
use-
is
Isn't that character?
the fabric when
Yeah,
she run out.
that's
I think
the only place that there's any
I think
print
that's
on that quilt.
neat.
It's about that far.
So when I run out of fabric, I'm gonna do that.
There you go.
I have to excuse us for a schedule.
The antique show on Post, and it's been a number of years ago. And if you'll notice, there are 4 brown spots over there. This thing was folded up on the floor, and those were really greasy. And the woman who was selling it said, yeah, somebody put a battery on it in the back of my car. And I was like, oh. Well, it was dirt cheap. So I'll buy anything that's not too expensive.
Except
So-
that, I like that.
I took it home and washed it. Most of that came out. It's starting to wear in places. But I just love the colors and I love the pattern.
And she used only the 12-inch binding on this. She didn't put any on the ends. Did
Right.
you notice that?
It's on, the sashing is only on the
Sashing is
sides.
only
The
on
border.
Yeah.
She doesn't have it over there.
And you'll notice these are different sizes from these. Just like this was one of the first cigar box quilts that we copied to make that quilt. I just love the quilt. It's simple, it's easy, and it's just charming. It could use a little bridal veil fabric.
And did you notice that most of the old quilts always have just plain white on the back?
Absolutely. They weren't going to spend a lot of money. You can tell sometimes the age of a quilt too if you look at the back and see the width of the fabric. It's only 36 inches. We didn't start getting 45-inch fabric until much, much later. A lot of times you'll see too that the fabric is starting to wear away, usually in the browns and the blacks. The dyes were just too harsh, and so they didn't last. I only have a few left because she keeps taking them every time she comes to see me. I bought this one, just loved it. I bought it because I knew she would eventually
Kathy and
want
I made one of these, but our flowers are a little bigger,
Mhm.
larger flowers.
This was probably a more intense green when it was first made.
I noticed that the older quilts, the grandmother's flower gardens, they use the smaller.
Oh, we used to drool over one at a show outside of D.C. that the hexagons were the size of a dime. They were just amazing.
They always use, when I go to the shows and stuff, and they show the old quilts, they always use the smaller hexagon shape thing.
Look at this
Cutting
one,
all
the
of
way
them
it,
out is a pain in the,
yeah, it is. Now, this one has the straight edge on the top and the bottom, and the scalloped only on the sides. Probably, she figured that would be at the headboard and the footboard, and no one would really see it. So why go to this mess to try to put it together? So, Just a simple little quilt, small
That's
size.
gorgeous.
I used to go out to the nursing home out off Eisenhower and talk every year, and of course you'd see some of the same people each year. And one year, after I'd been out there, another lady came to see me, and she said, "Mrs. So-and-so said, because you said you loved pink quilts so much, she sent me 2 pink quilts."
This is beautiful too.
Both of them were made
Oh, I
in the
love it.
1930s. The other one I didn't bring today. It's different. This is an amazing grandmother's flower garden.
This is amazing.
Isn't this pretty? Now she had a color theme going. You see this kind of peach color going around. She
Yes.
obviously ran out and moved to a dark orange, and this one is half and half. Now the really cool thing about this is machine quilted, and it was machine quilted in the 30s. If you look at the quilting, it's rows of stipple. In those days, the machine quilting was done, the machine itself sat stationary. Your quilt frame, which was the length of your quilt, and 2 rollers, hung from tracks on the ceiling. You would sit at your machine and literally move the quilt underneath the machine. A dear lady out in Basert wanted to give me one of those one time. She had it in her chicken coop, and she and her mother had quilted on it. I had no place to put it. I would love to have had it. It should be in a museum. But you don't even notice that this is machine quilted until you get right up on it. When it's on a bed or hanging on the wall, you just see that it's an old quilt and how cool it looks.
Think of it, you can give it.
Oh, I'm sure that my daughter would kill me over that. One of the things that happens when you're in quilt shops, people come in and want to sell you quilts all the time. Young man came in to see me not long after we'd been open, and he wanted to sell me some of his grandmother's quilts. Well, I bought all of them. This is the only one I've got left, thanks to my daughters. But all of them had been made with the same fabrics. They were all scrap quilts. This one obviously was the last one. It's a hands all around, and if you look at some of the little diamonds, some of them have 3 and 4 or 5 pieces in this piecing. It's really amazing. Some of them are tiny little
She ran out of
slivers.
material, so
She was making do. Now, if you think about that, it wasn't like she didn't have money to go buy fabric, because she's used the same background piece throughout. But I knew the same person had made it because I could see the fabrics from one to the other. And they started out with bigger pieces in one, and then they just kind of digressed. Probably this was string pieced, but as near as I can tell, it's not on a foundation. It's done just sewn together, and then the pieces cut out. Now, this piece, this background piece, has faded terribly in just the time that I've had it. It was a much more salmon color, and it's a little bit more, you can see it better on the back.
I can see that on the back.
Her quilting is amazing.
I love
the
that
hand quilting on it is just,
That is just
gorgeous.
awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, I love it.
Just love this quilt.
I like all the work she put in it.
Yeah.
When you look at all those little pieces put together, oh my
And
gosh.
heck, we throw those little tiny pieces away.
That's right. Some people do.
Well,
Now,
I
you've
have
all
never
met
thrown
Vicki
them.
at Saturday Sampler. She came in the other day and saw this same talk, and she brought in a quilt she just got back from the quilter. 10,000 1-inch squares.
Oh my
And it all came out of our scrap bin. It was like a history of the store and the fabric we carried in the store, because it was just 10,000 of those babies. She'll have 80s, and these were made by 2 of her aunts. She said these 2 maiden ladies sat and sewed together all the time. They're made in the 1880s.
I can make this quilt.
I bought the first one, and I was talking about loving old pink quilts, and she came back the next week and sold me this one.
Gorgeous.
They were never used. The other one has a stain. You'll see that it was used a little bit, but this one is amazing. They signed all their quilts. It's on one of these corners.
It's gonna be a.
You see it? It's 3 little red X's and a little dot done in embroidery thread. She said all of the quilts were done that way. The quilting on this, again, is amazing.
That is so awesome.
The stains here and the wrinkles. This is where it was folded on the shelf, and it stayed there for years. Most hand quilting is kind of like a signature. I can tell where you stopped and you started and that sort of thing. These two ladies sewed together so much you can't tell one from
It's
the other.
beautiful.
Isn't it just delicious?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Browns are still so
Well,
vibrant yet.
if you look at all the colors, they're pretty amazing.
And she used almost all of it dark colors.
When is this from?
1880s.
It's
Wow.
gorgeous.
And the prints are the kind of reproductions we see. This is a dog, and there's one that's a little horse's head.
Flowers,
I don't have
dots.
glasses on, I can't
And
tell you
this
what
one
that
is, what's this
That's a
one?
little dog. But aren't they just
Birds.
amazing?
No, with the dog.
Oh, it's a dog?
I just love this quilt.
That is so beautiful.
Now the different thing they did with this one, and both of them are done that way, they turned the front to the back to do the binding.
Okay.
And it's a
I see
tiny
what
little
she did.
piece that they've put on there.
They saved themselves some work.
Mm-hmm. This particular piece of black, and it's in 2 blocks right in front of Sheila and here, it's wearing out. The fabric is just wearing away, probably from the dyes. Isn't that something? Now, right where Sheila is showing here, this is where I said there's a stain. She also gave me the appraisal that was done on this in 1972, and that's a long time ago. That was appraised for $1,500 then. The other day, one of the girls was looking at this, and on the back, she said, wow, this, at one place she even used dark thread. I said, no, that's from the stain on the front, and we don't want to venture a guess what that is. But the interesting thing, and I didn't really notice it until just the other day, these dots, okay, this is done straight, this is bias. So for some reason, they decided, whatever the reason was, who cares, it's just an amazing quilt. Now this one you can see where the folds were. When I first got it, I took it out